Am I live? Hopefully I am. Hopefully. If I got any ninja watchers, you know. Y'all hold on just a second. Give me a good in the chat if you can hear me and if you can see me. A good in the chat. Thank you. If you can do that for me. Let me see. I guess I'm all right. Hey y'all, okay, we here. Woo! What a night. Y'all know me. Happy Halloween, you know. Yes. I'm first of her name tonight, you know. What is it? Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon? Yes. Y'all. Okay, so we got a good in the chat. And Eyes. What's up? All right, y'all. So here we go. Okay, so since we're here, we got a few of y'all in here. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna what do I say? I'm gonna rewind. I need to take this dragon off my shoulder too. This is I didn't name my dragon, but y'all know how it is. Rewind. And I'm my intro. Welcome back, y'all, to Pills, Potions, and Poisons with me, NAllenRx, and I'm a pharmacist. But I'm not here in a professional capacity. No, I am not. However, I do have expert level knowledge and information that I can share with you guys. But there's one thing that we need all the new people that watch this to always remember, okay, when you come to the stream. I'm not your pharmacist, okay? I'm not your pharmacist. Not your pharmacist. Okay, y'all. So, what are we talking about tonight? It's Jeffrey Williams. He coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. What's that song? Tell the world I'm coming home. He's coming home, y'all. So, what do y'all think about it? Did y'all see who was on the thumbnail? They need to be giving Wunnie Lee his money, okay? Because I know it's not just me, and this is no shot at him, because you know that hairstyle was like a little bit of a trend, I guess. You know, couple decades back with I feel like Busta Rhymes had his hair like that. I don't know what you call those kind of locks, but we saw him come on the stand, and you know, y'all, some of y'all judged him. I know y'all did. I know y'all, and y'all were like, "What is he like? What's up with him? What's his stage name? Slime Shotty Ho? Slime Shotty something? I don't know, something like that." Anyway, they can thank everybody can thank him for causing this whole little situation. And Jeffrey, I don't know if he knew anything about this or however it came down, but somebody need to slide that boy a little change. It was people had life sentences, life on top of life on top of life on top of life. They gonna be getting out in 9 months. You know, they dropping murder charges. They doing all kind of stuff. And I got Jeffrey Williams, you know, we will forever know him as Jeffrey Williams. He might as well kind of change his stage name to Jeffrey Williams, but he is, you know, still truly humbled under God. Amen. Amen. Because you know, today, if there was any time to be humble under God, today was the day. Won't he do it? If you can hear me, won't he do it in the chat or in the comment section if you want to replay game? Okay, so what we gonna talk about? Jeffrey, okay. He pled guilty to 3 different things. He had 2 gun charges. I don't know, 1 gang situation, and he had he pled to 3 drug charges. I would say, I'm gonna take him out. We'll put him over here with Bill Pill. Okay. Okay. I will take this crown out, but y'all say. But anyway, so yeah, he had 3 drug charges. So we know Thug had like a drug situation, right? But he had the courtroom incident where allegedly somebody maybe possibly could have likely passed him some type of pill, right? Or some type of a drug, some paraphernalia, something they passed him in the courtroom, right? So at that point, I was like, he got an addiction. Okay. If y'all go back, I did a stream on Thug, might have been last year, where he was trying to determine a real pill versus a fake pill. And he was like, how y'all can tell the counterfeit pills from the real ones. He said, if you could see through it, I think he said that, because that makes more sense. If you can see through it, then it's real. If you can't see through it, then it's fake, because it probably got a whole bunch of fillers in it. And a lot of times, you know, y'all be allergic to these fillers. And sometimes the fillers that's in those drugs, it could be fentanyl. And you know how we know how that goes. But I didn't even go, where are we at tonight? We are in Fulton County. We're still in the great state of Georgia. But I don't know how many people are going to keep up with the trial since now Jeff is gone. But anyway, so what we're going to do tonight, everybody been giving, you know, legal perspective of this and that. You know, this is a drug channel. So the 3 drug charges, we're gonna listen in on that. I'll give y'all a little bit of education, a little edutainment on the drug laws, because it's like clearly it's the same thing. I looked up Georgia law while I was sitting here. I'm like, bro, I said I wasn't gonna be doing no studying, okay? Because I ain't trying to get no license or do no more work. But anyway, so we're gonna look at that. We're gonna listen to Miss Love a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so King Slime, he coming home. His dad did an interview. I don't know if they talked to him. He talked to his attorneys. What else? I can't remember what else I had on here. But yeah, so they letting Thug out. Thug like guilty on the drug charge. He could have served a certain amount of time on that. But judge let him go home. Hallelujah. Amen. But before we get into that, because you know, sometimes these trials be triggering my anxiety, because it ain't even, but even it's not about me. We're gonna see who we got in the chat, y'all. What are you saying? Regulators. Mount up. Who we got here? We're gonna go back all the way up to the top. We got Christopher Williams. He's the first one in here tonight. Y'all heard him. Y'all seen him in my chat before. What's up, Christopher Williams? He says, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to y'all as well. I don't know if y'all celebrate Halloween, but you know, we do over here on my street. It rained like crazy today. People still trying to come on the street to get to trick or treat. I guess they postponed to tomorrow. I don't know. But either way, you know, had a party at work. I went as propofol to work. If y'all know propofol, this they're supposed to kill Michael Jackson, along with, you know, a lot of other situation that was going on. But we dressed up like that. We ordered these shirts off the online. I'm big propofol. Okay, Almond Eyes. She says, hey y'all. What's up? Christopher Williams gave me the good. Y'all know I be trying to check in with y'all. I don't want to be up here talking to myself. I can hear myself. I ain't know if y'all can hear me or not. I asked for a good in the chat, and what did Christopher do? He gave me the good. He says he can see the crown. He sees the crown. Okay. Yes. This is for the Queen Daenerys Targaryen. Well, I feel like I got to go with Valerian, because, you know, they the Black Blondes and the Dragon Riders. But anyway, Chris says the crown bling bling every time I come around your city, bling bling. Pinky ring, worry about fit it, bling bling. You know it. We got Rachel. Where you been, Rachel? She says, yes. Christopher says King Slime is coming home. It's King Slime and TLA voice. So shout out to him. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So let's see. Y'all gonna, you know, this is a trigger warning. Adrian Love finna be talking. Oh, shit, whatever. He's driving me. Hold on, y'all. All right. Y'all let me know, of course, if we have sound, if we have if we have the visuals. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna do this right here. Okay. And did I not click on that? Share audio as well. All right, here we go, y'all. Add to the stage. We're gonna turn on our captions here. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear it, okay? Voila.
Count 56 carries a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison, a maximum of 20 years in prison consecutive to any other sentence, with a fine of $10,000 to $15,000 or both.
Okay.
Count 57 carries a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison and a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Count 58 carries a minimum sentence of 1 and a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Count 59 carries a sentence range of 5 to 30 years in prison. Count 60 carries a sentence
Hang on,
range.
slow down just a second. All right, and that's for the amount of that drug that was found on 59, 5 to 30?
That's as a result of the charge itself, I believe, with intent to distribute.
I think that 59, Your Honor, is simple possession of cocaine. I have to look at the indictment to be
I think
sure.
that's 60.
Oh, I'm muted. Hold on, y'all. I said I didn't go to a trusty old DEA website this time. This time I went to hold on. So she said, you know, she gave him a time limit based on how much he had intended to distribute, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let's see. Oh man, I always do this. We went to I went to Georgia Board of Pharmacy. Hold on. Now, what I didn't like about theirs is that they sent me to LexisNexis where I had to look at all of the laws, and I want to look at all of the laws. So I had to search. And then, unlike, you know, other states, Mississippi Board of Pharmacy, Louisiana Board of Pharmacy, or Texas Board of Pharmacy, they just got all the pharmacy, you know, regulations all on the Board of Pharmacy website. They ain't sending you to no other website to be looking for this stuff. Let me see. Can I zoom in? No. Oh, y'all. Well, y'all can't see this, but it has on here, it tells us, you know, what's going to happen to you based on how much drugs you have. You know, if you have enough to distribute, it tells you, it tells us on here. I should have really, you know, I had to do other stuff before I came on here. Let's see. All right. It says, except as authorized by this article, it is unlawful for any person. This is all these, when they talk about the Controlled Substance Act, that's what all our laws based on in pharmacy. Okay. And our rules and regulations. This is not me telling y'all how to look up this stuff when y'all get stopped in a traffic stop, and if you got a Xanax, you know, under your seat, in your pocket, you know, or you just went on, took it and slipped it on your tongue. I don't know if y'all throw y'all drugs out when the police pull y'all over or not, because I don't have no drugs that's not prescribed to me, okay? But this is for a purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of a controlled substance or marijuana. I don't know why they said, well, marijuana is kind of tricky, and it's tricky in different states because it used to be a Schedule 1. Now, you know, there are some places they have, you know, medicinal reasons for people to have marijuana. They get it prescribed. It could be for a number of different things. Anyway, so where they have, let's see, they got Schedule 1, Schedule 1 and 2. Then they got 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there are different penalties for if you have, let's say, a Schedule 2 drug that's a narcotic. That's one thing. Then if you have a Schedule 2 drug that's not a narcotic? What's a Schedule 2 drug that's not a narcotic? Something like Adderall, like amphetamines, drugs like that, those that are Schedule 2, but they're not narcotic. It'll have, like, when she said, Miss Love, she said, I think she said, like, not less than, because, like, here it'll say, if you have something aggregate weight, including a mixture that's at least 1 gram, but less than 4 grams of a solid substance. So it'll be like grams if it's solid, or milligrams, or if it's a liquid, it'll be milliliters. At least 1 milliliter. This is like a clear 1 milliliter. I don't know if y'all know what like 1 millimeter is, like off the top of your head. It's like a teaspoon is 5 mLs. Half a teaspoon is 2.5. A quarter of a teaspoon is 1.25, so less than that. So if you got that amount of a liquid or a substance that's placed on a secondary medium, like, or it's combined with something else, but less than 4 grams, it'll be like by imprisonment for not less than nor more than 8 years. So if you got that much, they catch it on you and you trying to distribute this, like, what the hell you doing? Oh, well, I was like, what could you possibly be getting in that small amount that you can get in trouble? But what was it? One of these drugs we went over on one of these shows I had, I was like, they taking it by a cap full. Was that the GHB? And I was like, a cap? Or I think that was GHB. So, okay, never mind. I was going off on a tangent and I was going to say, who getting that small amount of a drug and doing anything with it? But if you're getting GHB and you in Medellin somewhere, or in, somewhere out there, I don't know. You might be drinking a little cap full. And a little cap full, I would think that's probably about 5 ml or 1. Down to 1. I mean, what kind of high can you get off of that little drug? But anyway, I don't know. So they say not less than or more than 8 years. Not less than 1 year or more than 8 years, okay? That's for something like just, small and petty. Okay, let's go. Schedule 1 or Schedule 2, you're going to be guilty of a felony, and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 5 years, nor more than 30 years. That's what she did with the, that's what she just said with the, if y'all heard that. So she was like, not less than 5 years, nor more than 30 years. They don't have the dollar amount on here, or I just didn't go to the right section, because I told y'all, and at my board of pharmacy in the state where I work at, they got all these regulations, like, nice and neat, like all pharmacy stuff, just strictly like, here you go, right here. I ain't got to be looking that hard. You can just print it out and, make you a booklet out of it. Because, I can't hardly read on the computer. I can't halfway see now anyway. So, anyway, Schedule 1 or Schedule 2 drugs, they don't have the amount on here. Ms. Love, she was trying to say Thug could have paid like $25,000. Judge was like, nah, I think it's 15. I don't know, because it's not on here. But the Schedule 1 and Schedule 2 drugs, they like, okay, your first offense, that's how much time you get. Second offense, is this it? I had the notes, but y'all know I don't ever do right. Aggregate weight, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. It says solid mixture remaining. I can't see. Either way, up to 30 years. Okay, second offense is not to exceed twice the length of the second time of the first offense. Okay, but this is how they figure out like how much they gonna give you. And agent, that Miss Love, she's a problem. She always trying to slide something in on you, like back door. $25,000. You be like, hey, let me go behind you. Because you be charging these people $25,000 saying they can get up to 30 years and then with number 10 and 15. Uh-oh. So let's get back to it. We're gonna break in here periodically, to like go ahead and check behind this lady, because it's like, girl, even though I'm gonna say it, I said, man, Thug gonna get time served. I knew it. I was like, what they gonna do? Especially, when she said when she was like, the state was gonna let you go out here and do what you want to do. Like, okay, they think it's safe for you to go out here in these streets. Go on out here in these streets then, okay? Go ahead on, Thug. So we're gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna switch back and forth here and there till I mess it up. Okay, y'all work with me though. Okay. Wonder why it ain't. Anyway, back to her.
Okay.
Let me look.
Okay.
Isn't it a $15,000 fine? Because wasn't it the version of the statute in effect at the time, or was that the same for RICO? Was RICO 25?
Yes,
Back-
RICO was
okay.
25.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Count 56 carries a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison, a maximum of 20 years in prison, consecutive to any other sentence, with a fine of $10,000 to $15,000, or both.
Okay.
Count 57 carries a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison and a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Count 58 carries a minimum sentence of 1 and a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Count 59 carries a sentence range of 5 to 30 years in prison.
That's why I just
Count
read y'all.
60 carries a sentence
Hang on,
range.
slow down just a second.
You can tell when
All
you
right,
being
and that's
sneaky,
for the
man.
amount of that drug that was found on 59, 5 to 30?
That's as a result of the charge itself, I believe, with intent to distribute.
I think that 59, Your Honor, is
Uh-huh.
simple possession of cocaine. I have to look at the indictment.
And see, that's where it's tricky. She's, it lays it out specifically. Like if you have, 4 grams, if you have 1 ml, if you have this or that, and it also, that's where like we don't know. Like there's a different side. That's I guess the legal side where they determine how much you have that it could be interpreted as the amount to distribute, like what that is, like the minimum. Ours just lays it out like, okay, if you got this much on you, whether you using it or whether you selling it, this is what, the penalty is for that. So her saying that, okay, it's enough to distribute. He's saying this just for personal use. Stop playing, lady. And I feel like that's what she's doing. I mean, it's a lot of that, and it's kind of annoying that she, that she was doing this the whole time. It's like, no, you can get up to 30 years. Yeah. Either way, the penalty is kind of the same, but I guess the word matters. But anyway.
I think that's 60.
Okay.
Let me look.
Okay.
Hey, Your Honor,
59 is codeine and
Yes.
60 is cocaine.
And that matters. That part matters too. Because like the schedule, because I told y'all, it was like, okay, is it a felony or whatever, the imprisonment time, it matters. If you got cocaine, it's a Schedule 1. Well, yeah, it's a Schedule 1. Versus codeine, it ain't that serious. You know that. So it's like, come on, lady. Come on. And it's like, the people's lives on the line. Stop playing these games. Like, cut it out.
Yes.
So,
Your Honor, it is with the intent to distribute. So my reading
She was saying Thug was selling drugs, selling cocaine. That's what she trying to
in the
say?
statute is that it carries the range of 5 to 30.
okay.
Did we see that? All of that was kind of under one umbrella, though.
And Your Honor, also, as I have the indictment in my hand for Ms. Rosser, may I pass it to counsel for Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sneaky.
Thank you.
I'd like to see her in person.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'll permit
Go
time for
ahead.
them to, okay. Count 60 carries a range of 1 to 5 years in prison. Count 61 carries
All of these are the drug charges.
a mandatory 5 years consecutive to the underlying felony. Count 62 carries a sentence of 10 years consecutive for a total maximum exposure of 120 years in prison.
All right.
Were you aware of that, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Do you understand
Read it.
that neither the court nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole or the Department of Corrections or the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and that if you are sentenced,
Y'all know how they get to that part and they like, do they want to have it read aloud? I think anybody who got Miss Love, like, you know, on the other side, they need to let them read it out loud. Yes, read it out loud. Read exactly what you have on that paper, word for word. Yes, we need to make sure that's it. I.e. monk tonk.
to confinement in the Georgia Department of Corrections, no one can guarantee parole.
You can say yes.
Well,
She asked you, do you say that?
Oh, yes, yes, ma'am.
Parole.
Is it me? It's kind of weird to see to hear Thug talk because he ain't been talking like in 2 years, you know, like on TV. I was like, oh wow, it's so weird that he's talking. But maybe I'm weird, you know, that too.
Your Honor, may I allow Mr. Williams time to finish signing the indictment?
Okay.
Max. I didn't put all the timestamps. Y'all know that would have been too good. Oh.
Mr. Williams, do you understand that this is a non-negotiated plea of guilty, and that since your guilty plea is a blind plea or a non-negotiated plea, the state is making a recommendation of sentencing to the court, notwithstanding the fact that this is a blind plea? You understand that, Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Williams, were you aware of the state's previous offer that was turned down prior to your
Man,
making
truly
this
humble under
non-negotiated
God,
plea?
buddy.
Yes.
All right. And Your Honor, at this time, the state is making a recommendation of 45 years with 25 to serve in custody, followed by 20 on probation, subject to the special requirements of 1615 the gang statute.
All right, and do you want to break down for me what your recommended sentence on each count is?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending on count 1, 5 years to serve. Count 56, 20 years to serve consecutively to count 1. Count 57, 5 years of probation to serve consecutively to count 56. Count 58, 10 years of probation to serve concurrently with count 57.
So what was she, so were they, I don't know. Cause it's like, how you choose? Like, okay, if you have, you know, minimum 5 years up to 30 years, you just like, okay, give them 10. It's just like, whatever.
Count 59, 5 years of probation to serve concurrently with count 57 and 58. Count 60, 5 years of probation concurrent with count 57, 58, and 59. Count 61, 5 years of probation consecutive to count 57. And count 62, 10 years of probation consecutive to count 61.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Mr.
Wait, are they gonna?
Williams, did you discuss the state's previous offer with your attorneys?
Yes.
Is it me? Like, it's her, what is it? Her cadence, her tone. She's pausing in the wrong place. I used to know a lady like that. Every time she talked, she would, like, it's like there shouldn't be a pause there. There's no comma there. Keep talking. Like, stop it. She like breaking in the wrong place.
All right, and so we're all clear that we're talking about the same thing. Can you put what the state's previous offer was on the record for me, please?
I can, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me show y'all this. Well, I was gonna go back to it. Oh man, I be trying to do too much. Okay, anyway, so while I pull this up, let me who we got? What we got? Who we got in the chat? We got some more people came in here. Hey. Rachel says, I'm upset. Like, Steele is about the guilty charges. What? Like, Steele is about the guilty charges to things found during the unlawful raid of his home. Just saying. Oh, you're upset like Steele. Yeah, I don't think Jeffrey was even there. Don't come in my house and I ain't here. But you know what, though? I was like, when they started, like, reading off all this stuff, they proved nothing about Jeffrey. They talked about 50 other people and all these real crimes that they were committing. And I was like, so how is he connected with this? Maybe I'm not paying attention or keeping up enough, but how is he the leader? They're like, oh, hey, Jeff said we need to go do this. Like, no, them two dudes fighting over another woman. That don't have nothing to do with him. These people shot up this place that he wouldn't they have nothing to do with him. Him and Rich Homie Quan was friends. It's so sad that, throughout this whole thing too, that Rich Homie Quan, he passed. LJ, what's up? What's up? He getting flamed up. Okay. All right. LJ says, and he's rich, so he gonna have a lot. But yet she gave him attempt to do. Okay, this man. Okay, if he got a lot of powder in his house, it's because he can't afford it. He's buying it. We saying he wasn't hiding his drug use. We can see him all over the internet and YouTube and TikTok and everywhere with drugs. Like all these people with drugs. NBA YoungBoy with drugs. They got pills. They got powder laid all around them, all over, all the time. They drinking lean, which I'm like, where are they still getting this promethazine from? Because they ain't selling it where I'm at, but whatever, not promethazine, the codeine, promethazine with codeine. Where are they getting it from? But they're getting it from somewhere. So she's like, intent to distribute. Only a couple people were selling drugs on during this trial. Who was that? And they were trying to sell it on IG, and they weren't even doing a good job of selling because they were trying to pick up on how Shandon was doing selling his drugs on IG. So there's that. Okay. So what? Trying to find my spot. Okay, so did they charge him? Do y'all know if they ever like charged him or did anything with that situation with him in the courtroom? Let me know in the chat if y'all remember. Other than that, okay, I'm gonna pull this back up for y'all. Even though y'all can't see it, I don't have my cursor up. I ain't do nothing right. So I can't remember if this was a first offense for him in a drug situation or not. Or had he been? Thug never had been arrested though, had he? He never been arrested for anything. I can't remember. Who cares? I'm scared. I should have read this person name. Like, who cares? I ain't judging you, but who cares? Man, that's a long time for probation, man. Walking a straight line for decades, man. I really hope he can walk that line, man. Okay, so I think that without all those extra conditions that Miss Love and Miss what's her name? Fonnie and the whole dream team over there. I think with some of those stipulations kind of relaxed, I think he could probably do it at this point. I don't remember what they all were. But the judge just want him to come back and pretty much do a free concert a couple times a year. Don't stay in Atlanta or in the area. I think which he wasn't even living there anyway anymore, if I remember correctly. They gonna let him travel. They not gonna take his passport. He just got to check in with a probation officer for a while, and don't be around these. We aren't against what is it? We aren't against rap. We aren't against rappers, but we are against those thugs. Just don't be hanging around the gangsters and the thugs. She told him if his brother was still affiliated, and two of his brothers maybe. It was like everybody's name was Marquavius, Quamarvius, Quatavius. I told you I love those Devontae, Deontay, all those kind of names. Just, you could be around your brothers if it's some kind of, death in the family, immediate family, or close family, somebody's sick, graduation. He pretty much could do everything he's been doing. Did y'all hear anything about a rehab though? Like a drug rehab or recovery? But he seemed like he probably sobered up in jail. That's how he be gaining all that weight. I told y'all a lot of times when people have an addiction, they just go from one thing to the next. A lot of times, unfortunately. Oh, speaking of addiction, what is that? Bam. Let's put that on there. So yeah, if he was in jail, which in the beginning of this trial, he was still trying to get pills and drugs or something, allegedly. But after a while, he gained his 70-something pounds. I wonder if that's what the sickness was when they still was like, he hasn't been like his health-wise. But I mean, it's got to be just a sickness anyway to be in jail. It's like unsanitary. And all this shower, water situation. It's just, you're going to be sick anyway. People probably got all kind of H. pylori. Oh my goodness. They probably have like, y'all know what H. pylori is? Look it up if you don't know. H.Pylori. H. pylori. Look it up. If y'all been traveling abroad and y'all been drinking the water, y'all know what I'm talking about. That right there, I feel like you can probably get that in jail too. They probably have all kind. Oh Lord have mercy. But anyway, so yeah, that's a long time, but Thug, his is, he ain't as restricted as, as much as the others, okay? So there's that, y'all. Okay. Now, what I was going to show. Oh, I put this up here to say, I talk so much, I lost my place again. Okay. Third or subsequent conviction for a violation of this section above. Controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 2. Did I tell y'all this? Okay. So this is for a third conviction. I don't remember him having the first one. I feel like they were saying he had never been arrested. Nina Simone, welcome to the chat. You know what H. pylori is? Yes, you do. I was like, that's probably you got H. pylori. Did any of that water get in your mouth? Did that water got in your mouth? Like maybe in the shower, if you brush your teeth with it or anything. Yes, you gonna H. pylori. Yes. Okay, so that's what. Yeah, I feel like you in jail, you can get that. You ain't got to travel abroad to get there. You just got to travel to jail for a weekend. And the way they say Rice Street is set up, ain't no telling what you might get up in there. So yes, y'all. So on a third offense with Schedule 1 or 2, they saying like we caught him with the perk 30s. We caught him with cocaine. We caught him with Adderall. We caught him with, Schedule 1 and 2 drugs for the third time. This is what they're saying. Like, and I wonder, did they just decide like, okay, we're going to max it out, even though it's a first offense of this? And he wasn't even arrested for that this time. I don't know. I listened to it, but I didn't. Anyway, so what happens? Except as provided in this section. That means, other than what's listed, anything other than what's in this section, it's illegal, okay? It says they're gonna have a punishment by imprisonment for a term not to exceed twice the length of the sentence applicable for at that particular time, okay? Then it says for Schedule 3, 4, or 5, that's codeine, that's Clonopin, clonazepam, Xanax, those drugs like that, they 3, 4, 5. We put 3 through 5 together. We like, okay, schedule 1, then we say schedule 2, because we don't even deal with schedule 1 in retail where I work at. I work in retail and I'm not your pharmacist. However, then we say 3 through 5. Now we need to know which one's 3, which one's 4 or 5 when we study for our law exam to get our license for that state. But when we working every day, it's like 3 through 5. It's like 2 and then 3 through 5. We don't remember which is which. And, you know, it don't matter anyway. And because it'll be like, okay, can we control, like schedule 2? Some states, they got to be written on their own hard copy or, you know, all of them tamper resistant paper. I'm not going to give y'all too much information. Y'all, I'm telling y'all how to go look and find information on your own. I'm not trying to help y'all, you know, commit no kind of situation, okay? But, and then 3 through 5 is okay. Can this be written for 3 months at a time? Can it be filled a couple days early? It's this, but it's all 3 through 5. It's 2 and then 3 through 5. That's how we think about it. Anyway, so 3 through 5 shall be guilty of a felony upon conviction thereof. Shall, because I'm like may and then they got shall. You know, it's a difference between may and shall because it's like, okay, we may do this, okay, but then you shall. That means yes, do that. That's how it's gonna go, okay. If convicted, shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year, nor more than 3 years. He's like, you can get caught with that little Clonopin, or if you got that Xanax up under your seat, you ain't gonna get a whole lot of time. You might not get no time, you know. Upon conviction of third subsequent offense, he or she shall be in prison for, is that what I just said? Oh, third time. Not less than 1 year, nor more than 5 years. Where is my cursor? Okay, so then, here we go. Again, controlled substance schedule 3 through 5, guilty of a felony upon conviction thereof, shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year, nor more than 10 years. It's like, how the world you go from 1 to 10, man? Come on. It ain't nothing but a little, you know, Suboxone. Except as authorized by this article. It is unlawful for a person to possess or have under his or her control a counterfeit substance. That's what Thug like, okay? Thug out on TikTok giving y'all, you know, a pharmacy lesson talking about this is how you know a real versus a fake pill. This is counterfeit, okay? So now when it comes to the counterfeit substance, any person who violates this paragraph shall be guilty of a felony and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year nor more than 2 years. Oh, okay. So y'all heard it here. I ain't telling y'all how to do this, but seem like, you know, you got these fake pills on you. They don't really care about that. You don't get it. Yeah. So if you get caught with your counterfeit oxycodone, you know, what else they doing counterfeit? Y'all tell me. Well, this 3 through 5. I was going to say ecstasy and all that. You gonna get some time if you got that. But if you got like a little fake Xanax, I don't think they counterfeiting those. But if you got some other counterfeit 3 through 5, then you might get 1 or 2 years. You might not get nothing, okay? All right, so it says it's here. It is unlawful for a person to manufacture. Here we go. Deliver, distribute, dispense. That's what I do. Administer. I do that too. Purchase. I gotta purchase through the company. Sell that too. Or possess with intent to distribute. This is what Ms. Love said about Thug, that he had intent to distribute a counterfeit. She didn't say if his was counterfeit or not. I feel like we need to know that. Now, was he trying to sell a real pill or was he trying to sell a counterfeit? You say he's distributing, but only 2 drugs out here was codeine and cocaine. But if she, they need to let us know. Now, she probably messed up his stuff anyway. Any person who violates this paragraph shall be guilty of a felony and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year nor more than 10 years. Okay, y'all, don't be out here doing this. The next, it says, okay, Don't have under his or her control. If I was reading this and I was studying it, I would read it word for word, but I'm gonna blah blah blah, y'all. I'm sorry on a lot of this. Under his or her control, manufacture, deliver, distribute, dispense, administer, purchase, sell, or possess with intent to distribute marijuana. It's unlawful to do that with marijuana in Georgia, okay? Don't be playing around. Except as otherwise provided in subsection C above. We ain't gonna look at that. We blah, blah, blah through that. Any person who violates this subsection shall be guilty of a felony. Upon conviction thereof, shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year nor more than 10 years. So this is what's gonna happen. These are your options when you're trying to sell your marijuana in Georgia, okay? You trying to sell marijuana, manufacture marijuana, or grow, deliver, distribute, dispense, administer, purchase. You can't do nothing with this stuff, okay? Nothing at all in Georgia. So if they catch you with it, you got 1 or 10 years, up to 10 years. It matters. Oh, here we go. We got a dollar amount right here. It shall be unlawful for a person to hire. That means don't be having your drug runners. Solicit. Don't be out here trying to get it either. Engage or use an individual. Oh, okay. Under the age of 17 years old in any manner for the purpose of what? So what does that mean? It shall be unlawful for any person to hire, solicit, engage, or use an individual under the age of 17 years in any manner for the purpose of manufacturing, distributing, or dispensing on behalf of the solicitor any controlled substances, counterfeit substance, or marijuana unless the manufacturing, distribution, or dispensing is otherwise allowed by law. It's not allowed by law. Any person who violates this subsection shall be guilty of a felony and, upon conviction thereof, shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 5 years, nor more than 20 years, or by a fine not to exceed $20,000. Wait, $20,000 or both. Okay. So if you got some little drug people working for you, you know, you gotta I mean, would this be like the RICO? Either way, your employees can't be 17 under the age of 17. So that means they could be 17. Use an individual under, yeah, they could be 17 if they working for you and you selling drugs. Okay? Don't be doing that. Hey, lead attorney. Welcome back to Pills, Potions, and Poison with me and NAllenRx. I'm a pharmacist. Okay, yeah. So what is this about right here? Unlawful to hire. Okay, so don't be hiring kids to sell your drugs. Y'all know that. Don't y'all know that? Don't hire children to sell your drugs. Well, they could be 17 or older. Okay, to sell your drugs. Okay, so yeah, I wonder. Okay, I really didn't want to pull this up like this, but you know, let me get you off of here. Hold on. Okay, so let me we're gonna go back to it. Something else I wanted to tell y'all about. I be forgetting, you know, I be wanting to teach y'all a little something every night. I be like so ready to like show y'all a bunch of stuff. But then I'd be like, oh, this feel like work to me. I don't want to feel like work. But it's okay because I'm off the next few days anyway. So let me pull up my next thing. So how many of y'all in the chat were y'all surprised by the verdict today? Was it the verdict? Did we call it a verdict? Did y'all see this coming? I didn't see it coming. Well, I did once they started talking. I was like, oh, they're going to let him out. But then I was like, what is he pleading to? And I was like, he ain't going to do no time. I did know that. But I really didn't. I was like, the drug charges. I really didn't hear just a whole lot during this trial about drugs. I mean, it's a little bit here and there. If I'd have been paying attention a little more, I would have probably could have strained some more. Uh-oh. I ain't mean to do that. But anyway, while we wait, y'all get it active in this chat. Let me know y'all thoughts. Give me your comments, suggestions, corrections, and complaints. Okay, what I wanted to see. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all his I didn't really watch this, but I'm sure it's okay. His dad spoke out after the trial. Well, let's see what his dad had to say. I was gonna I'm waiting to have a first reaction with y'all. Okay, I told y'all this be Netflix and chill for me. With y'all. It's Halloween, but it rained, so we didn't really get to do a whole lot. We had a party at work, even though I wasn't at work. I still went. I always take meatballs to work. Every time we have a party, like I already know what I'm bringing. It's on purpose. I already know. Okay, so let's listen to this. And of course, I always want y'all to weigh in the chat. And again, thank y'all for showing up. It's always a pleasure. All right, so let's listen to what his dad is saying about Fulton County.
His father, Jeffrey Williams
Let me know if y'all
Sr.,
can
would like
hear
to
it.
say a few words.
Do you want to just, you can look at me or whoever asks you a question?
It don't make no difference.
No, you just want to talk?
It don't make you no difference.
I think everybody's set up. Yeah, so if you just, what were your thoughts when you heard that your son was going to take a plea?
Well, I was kind of startled behind it because I was in agreement with Brian and Keith. Let's keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Let's make them continue to embarrass themselves. But at the same token, my son is I've never tried to interfere with his decisions. I just try to give him the.
They probably was arguing with him like, think about this, son. Think about it. He was like, I'm just gonna, you would think he didn't have a daddy, and I don't mean to say it like that, but he probably was like, son, think about this. He's like, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. But everybody tried to talk him out of it, evidently.
Knowledge of making the best decision that he sees fit for him. And I support it.
Amen.
I feel great that he's going home. But at the same token, I still wanted to fight. But that's his decision.
Amen.
On the other hand, I raised him to be the man that he is. I've always been in his life from a pup to now. And I'm going to continue to be in his life. And as an adult, he has to make his own decision.
Amen.
And do you live here in Metro Atlanta?
Yes, I do.
So how does it feel to hear that he's not allowed to be in Metro Atlanta?
I'm totally against that because this is where he's from.
Sometimes he did right. At least did that because it's like, well, they told me I couldn't come home. I couldn't go back to my hometown. But it's like if I go back and I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna get arrested. When I really wouldn't even want to probably be around Fulton County if I got out of jail for being in there for no reason for the past 2 years. I'd be like, get me out of here, But he said he was against it. But it's like, come on, man. He got into a lot of trouble, and he's out of trouble for the most part right now. Him not coming back, him not being able to just hang out in the city is like, okay, is unfortunate, but it's like, okay, he can do that. Like, don't come back here. Don't come back here.
And to have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a residence from here.
Oh, finding that
from another state.
Where finding from? California?
See her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else. That's offensive to me. I'm really offended by it.
Can you talk about, sorry, I thought you were done. I was just saying, can you talk about your bond through music? And part of his conditions is that he can still make music, still do some performances. I know you said you were hoping to get back to that with him.
Yeah, we're going to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? We're YSL loaded. I'm YSL loaded. And in order for us to get back to our normal life,
You gotta get
We
back
gotta
to the
put in
money.
some more work. We got to put in a lot of work, but the work that we need to do foremost for the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, we need to get rid of the poison that's in our system, and that's the district attorney office.
Oh,
So vote Courtney Kramer.
oh my God! I wouldn't have played this if I knew he was gonna say that. Oh my goodness!
For the job, and it's not because of what she said about it.
Oh no! Oh my God, y'all!
And never knew who I was.
What?
Absolutely true.
You know what I'm saying?
What are your thoughts on his?
I didn't even realize this is what his hat said. I mean, I guess we gotta let him finish now.
Not just the art.
Wow!
Let's talk about his rights.
Wow!
Freedom of speech, man. You know, how can you take a person's freedom of speech and say,
Oh,
"Man, we're gonna tell you how you
wow!
need to talk, or how you supposed to talk"?
Wow!
You know, who would feel comfortable with? Would any of us out here right now feel comfortable with someone telling us you confirmed from saying this? You can't say that.
What?
You know what do the Constitution?
That was an
bear over?
endorsement.
You know, these young men, all of these young men, and some of us too, all of our rights are being violated right now.
Wow!
Because we're being dictated to.
Wow!
On how we supposed to live, how we supposed to look, what we supposed to say. You know, we have a constitution.
Wow!
When are we gonna start acknowledging our constitution?
Wow!
You know, we did away with supposedly. We did away with communism.
Oh my goodness!
I can't tell.
Wow!
You know, we took down a statue. We tore up a flag.
Wow!
What about the laws?
Oh.
Let's change the laws too.
Did y'all know he was gonna go there?
You know what I'm saying? That we gonna
You should have told me. I need to
watch
watch this stuff before I finish.
Change the law. We're in a new day and time. We should make the laws for the new day and time.
You know, I hear you, but you know, it ain't that simple, you know.
I hope not.
Wow.
But you know, he's behind the 8 ball right now. So we're gonna have to
you need to chill.
We're gonna have to make some justification.
Wunnie's still in charge, buddy.
How we got the narrative.
I ain't them. I don't think Courtney gonna
and
win.
that's sad.
Like, I mean, do you think you can trust him?
And that's his way of
Man,
life.
this man interesting.
That's how he feeds himself. That's how he feeds his family.
Wow.
That's his job.
Wow.
Are you gonna be in the right street right now?
Huh?
Yes.
Be in the right street?
Definitely.
So we thank you guys. We do gotta head the right street.
One more quick
Go
question.
ahead.
Any
Who is that?
words that you want to wish to anybody else remaining on the case? Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah. I
Keep
definitely
fighting.
want to say something to the people that's left on this case, along with the people who are waiting to be charged.
Oh.
Keep your heads up. Keep fighting. Sooner or later, somebody gonna have to make a decision.
Okay.
We need to start making the people accountable that makes the decisions for us.
You finna put her
So we
in
need to put the
there?
right people in office.
Oh
We need to
my
start standing
goodness.
with the people
This
that we vote.
And now that we have voting right now, it needs to be a presidential topic. It needs to be a topic about prison and reform. Why, the presidents are not discussing this during their debates. It needs to be at the forefront of the presidential debates at this time. So,
But the people got to make that
yeah,
decision.
we got to make that.
And
Wow.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Leave us.
Any fight you go through in life, and anything that you have to deal with in life, you can't be scared.
You can't be scared now. Can't be scared. Cannot be scared.
I'm out of here.
Oh, Slither.
Support Jeffrey and the entire family from this program.
What?
In the words of
Get
John
to
Lewis,
your kids, get
fight.
to your grandkids, support them, tell them
Is that the one that said good trouble or something? Is that him?
Just be there.
Wow.
And
You
if
know
you
what I'm
see
saying?
something
Because that's
wrong
what we
and you
need.
see something that's not just, say
what we need.
something. Get in good trouble. In the words of
Oh,
John
okay.
Lewis.
Yeah,
Say
good trouble.
something.
Okay, I thought that
Don't
was
just sit there and let it happen if it's not your family. Don't
people
wait till it's
ain't,
your family.
everybody stuff
If
now.
you see his family, anybody else's family, like the other guys that are still here, don't just stop coming because Thug is out. There's still other guys fighting for their lives.
It is.
Still come, still support the others that are still here.
Dang, y'all should have told me. I ain't know they was gonna do that now. Woo! You know, I ain't in Fulton County, but you know, gee, well, we getting all political now. Let them get out of there first. Get them on out of there, then we start talking. You know, he be like, I don't want to mess it up. They like, shut up, you scared. I'm like, bruh, let him get on out of here first. And Thug is not into politics. And you think Thug gonna be running for, governor of Georgia? Chill. I'll be like, Daddy, bruh, don't you do no more interviews till I get done. Don't be talking on there. I tell my dad be like, hush. You my child. I'm like, yeah. Cause like parents, they be like, they get emotional too, But so let's what else we gonna listen to? I don't know, because I really can't listen to a whole lot of this stuff because it is kind of late and I understand that. The trial replay stuff, which I kind of did want to do it, but then I want to go over all the pharmacy law stuff with y'all and these drug laws. But that it's a lot and it's kind of hard to navigate this. I should have, looked into this before now. Maybe I'll go get a license in Georgia after all this over if I got to study like this. But let's listen to his attorneys. And y'all ain't doing nothing. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I need to get my nails done. That's what I should have been doing today. I ain't all these fake parties. Okay. Young Thug's father. He's inch. Ooh. Yes, thank you, Young Thug's father. What is this? Is that's his sister? I don't know who she is. Okay. Yeah, I can watch it. They had like such professional people on their team, man. So nice. Don't y'all feel like it's a praise moment? Because truly humbled under God. He seemed like they got some religious folks on their team. Is that his sister? Who is that lady back there? What's up, Deb? No, don't be talking about funny over here. Not funny, my soror. I be coming through there. I might have to call Funny for a favor. I ain't playing, I ain't never like, doing that. But, she from Inglewood? Inglewood always up to no good? That what Tupac say? Is that what Pac said? Inglewood.
Brian Steele, BRIAN STEEL.
EL. We've been spelling that man's name wrong a whole 2 years. He has no E at the end of his Steele. Get it right. So when you type it up and it go in the headlines, STEEL, like ill with the ST.
EDAMS. And talk us through the decision to do a plea when.
Hey, like they all been crying.
All right, if you don't mind talking us through
That's
the
a sign.
decision to make a plea and just how today ended up going and transpiring.
Well, this was excruciating because hopefully, in our collective opinion, Jeffrey would have been found not guilty of everything.
Yeah.
So this is very painful. But that's another 3 months or so.
Jeff said he'd take the little drug charge. Jeff said he'd take the drug charge. If I can get out here tonight and I can like be done with this, I can't wait another day. I can't wait another minute. I know I'd be crazy. I'd be like, I'd be like, the Quay's going home. Well, they ain't going home, but they know their future. It's like, oh my God, ain't no end in sight. Y'all say it's 3 months, but who even know it's been 2 years at this point? Just hold on, but I can't wait no more. Nah, I'm gonna do it. They say, then they get you in front of the, like he was standing up there, you sure? And I'm like, oh no, what I need to do, what's gonna happen if I don't get this right? That's how I be. But It worked out. Hallelujah.
Negotiations totally broke down with the district attorney's office.
Can y'all hear me? Because I can't hear
At
out
that
of one
point,
ear.
we believe that justice would be found with the honorable court. And Jeffrey just wanted to go home. How agonizing it is to know that we've spent a year trying a case where the prosecutors have put on lies.
Yes.
Knowing lies.
She lied today. She lied today.
Insane.
I caught her in a lie. The judge caught her in a lie too. That's why she like, what does it say? I thought it was this. And then
2024 in the United States of America. And the only reason that this got revealed is because of you people.
Yes.
You people brought the truth to the community because nobody knows this. This is not the only courtroom it's happening in. And I just want to thank all of you.
Yes.
I especially want to thank Jeffrey for letting me represent him.
Amen.
I think he's a wonderful person who does wonderful things and will continue to do things even greater. I cannot express to you how Shaquille Kokomo, how Trisha Renard, how
Kokomo first name Shaquille. Okay. Y'all know I be liking a little, you know, I like a little Q, I like a little V, you know, all these exotic letters in the name, you know, it's like Shaquille.
Haley, how my wife Colette.
Okay, Colette.
How Bram.
I was named my child Colette.
How countless people, but especially Miss Courtney Edwards.
Yes.
Has worked without sleep for 3 years representing Jeffrey and helping him. I will never be able to stand with anyone more ethical, honest, hardworking, insightful, intelligent, and kind than the Honorable Keith Adams.
Yes.
The gentleman to my left.
He like, man, I'm standing right here beside you. You talking about me like that. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's gonna make me cry. Hey, man, give them their flowers.
Is the best lawyer in the country.
Mr. Steele, do you think prosecutors negotiated in good faith at all during any of these negotiations?
Why don't you let me take this one?
Let me handle it, bro.
Let me answer that.
Let me get this one.
The short answer is no. This is a case that possibly could have been resolved if folks were reasonable.
Yeah.
But we did not believe that we could enter into good faith negotiations with people who wanted a case resolved in a manner simply to save face.
Oh, tell it. Tell it. Tell it. You know, now they just like, we're going to keep it all the way 100. He was like, let me answer this. I'm going to go back a little bit. I kind of like how he just, you know, that matter of fact, you know, I like this series talk now.
With people who wanted a case resolved in a manner simply to save face.
It's like, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
And Jeffrey Williams was not going to say things that they wrote for him, that they wanted him to say.
Okay.
That was their theory when it wasn't true. And so, good faith, no. I don't believe we were ever really negotiating in good faith. And you've been here the past year that this case has been on trial.
Let's just go keep it real.
You've seen the numerous motions for mistrial.
Yes.
You've seen the behavior of the state. You've seen the dishonesty. You've seen everything being hidden.
Yes.
You've seen things come out in court.
Come on, Keith.
In front of you. And so you know what kind of prosecution we were dealing with. And that's okay. You know, Mr. Steele and I have fought through this the past 2.5 years.
Yes, great job.
And as he said, we ultimately decided we were going to put our faith in the court as opposed to the folks on the other side of the aisle. And, you know, the best thing out of all of this is that Jeffrey Williams, in a very short period of time, will be home. And that's all we've wanted from May 9th, when they went and picked him up and have held him in jail without a bond. For the past 2.5 years.
Yes.
He'll be home shortly.
I'm coming home. I'm coming.
First off, you go into a blind plea, you don't know, right? There's nothing for sure.
Russian roulette.
Emotions like when you guys went into that, I would imagine the conversation. You kind of take us into the room before you went out into court with the conversations were back and forth. Obviously, I know there's attorney-client privilege, but it's a big decision.
Well, I didn't want to give up the jury trial, but that was the decision made. And once that decision was made, we were just thankful that there are people like the Honorable Judge Whitaker who understands what a trial is like and what it should be like. And I cannot thank the Honorable Court for being here and coming in. She is not our first judge, but she's the first time we received justice.
Mr. Adams, this is your second high-profile RICO case here in Fulton County. Do you think that maybe the prosecutor's office is abusing that statute? And what are your opinions of RICO generally?
I have, for the 30-some-odd years that I've practiced law, always believed that if you, as a prosecutor, think that someone has committed a crime.
He look good. He been practicing for 30 years. Can y'all hear me? I feel like I can't hear myself. He been practicing for 30 years.
This law, always believe that if you, as a prosecutor, think that someone has committed a crime, you charge them with the crime, you put it in front of a jury, and then you do it fairly and let the chips fall where they may. The courtroom is not the place to get adventurous, to get inventive, to think, well, we don't have evidence on him for any of these incidents, but maybe, if just maybe, we tie him up in a RICO and put him with people who may have committed crimes, we can get him that way. That's an abuse.
Is this thing starting to stop him?
And so, yes, for some strange reason, the Fulton County DA's office seems to be in love with RICO. And my honest opinion is that they're in love with it because it makes it easier for them to try and convict people that they otherwise could not convict. And that's what was happening here. We're fighting a mountain, reams of evidence, most of which didn't have anything to do with us.
It did.
So
I
is it
say
an
that
abuse?
too.
I think it is. There are better ways to, and I used to be a prosecutor, right? And I can tell you that there are better ways to prosecute cases than the way this case was prosecuted.
You guys obviously rejected initially what the state was going to offer. Is there some details you can give us? Because it sounds like from what you guys decided in court, I mean, it's still pretty stringent. There's a lot of different details, but what was the state asking for that you guys rejected?
I'm not going to get into plea negotiations because they are privileged under statute, but it was outrageous. They would let him out of custody, but they would have a tether around him so tight that it's unconscionable.
And how are y'all feeling about what the sentencing is, especially with not being able to be in Metro Atlanta except for specific parameters? And how is Mr. Williams feeling about that decision?
You know, we're okay with the sentence. There comes a time in any case, if a person is sentenced, that we're out of the courtroom, and now what happens to that person is entirely up to them. Jeffrey Williams is a fantastically talented man. He is a great person. He's become a great friend over the course of the last couple of years. And he has the ability, the incentive to go forth and do everything he needs to do to put this behind him. And we're confident that he will. One of the questions you asked a little earlier.
This is a sidebar. Do y'all know if they said anything about him possibly having to go into well, they didn't say nothing about drug rehab, because I mean Jeff was on the drugs. I heard a lot of different things. I was trying to see if they said anything about
What was that feeling like? Stepping
He can't
into
be
a
around
courtroom
drugs, though,
to do
right?
what's called a blind plea, not knowing what's going to happen. You
I
know,
wonder what kind of health condition.
it's a scary feeling for all involved. There's probably no feeling quite like that other than sitting in a courtroom waiting for a jury to come out and tell you what your fate is.
Yeah.
But we walked in there knowing that we were in front of a fair tribunal and being comfortable that the right thing was going to happen. And the right thing did.
What do you think about your client just serving as a role model? Obviously, as part of the agreement, he's going to be participating in the community, doing events, things like that. Obviously, he has a huge reach for what he does for a living.
I've known Jeffrey Williams. I've defended him for over a decade.
Yes.
I have been with him where we go to young children, children in need, children who are going down the wrong way. And he tells exactly what he's going to continue to say. He tells everybody, this is not a good life. We have to
For
stop
10 years. That man is 33 now. He said that today.
The community.
Brian been knowing him, still been knowing him for 10 years, over 10 years. They're gonna say, so what year is this? 2024. So, now to kind of put that into perspective, 10 years ago, it was 2014. That was before all this stuff even started. He already had his attorney. He already was like, doing good work. I mean, this was a setup. I always think everything is set up. I always think it's staged. Y'all know I'm conspiracy theory. But this man been his attorney since before all of these other crimes even happened. He knows him. You've been knowing somebody for 10 years. You've been around them. You know him. Like, that makes it even more messed up. You've been knowing him that long, like before 2014. That's crazy.
Right now, I'm successful. I'm a product, but every one of you can get out. And he always stresses education. Jeffrey Williams is a great person, a great role model, and he will do even better now, hopefully, if you allow him and his words to get out. As far as
this is a sidebar. I was hoping that Mariah, the scientist, was gonna be out there waiting on him. And then you know how when Bobby Brown got out of jail and Whitney like jumped on him like that, that would have been like a movie scene. Then like, okay, now we're ready to start shooting it. Who gonna get Steven Spielberg or who gonna shoot this movie?
Jeffrey's
Not
feeling
Quentin
now?
Tarantino because he's weird.
He knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege, but this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been rang.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his meal of choice. And then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey, go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy.
Amen.
Thankful to the honorable court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we. I'm thankful.
Can I ask you, you were standing right next to him as he was addressing the judge. What seemed like a very sincere apology to her, or apology to the court and what happened and what has gone on. How did you feel sitting next to him, knowing him for the last decade as an attorney for him, about what he was saying and what he was telling the judge?
Jeffrey Williams is being truthful. That is his heartfelt feelings. He feels so bad for the loss of life, and he feels bad that people are taking his music or his social postings and making it into violence. That is all promotion. That is not a symbol of go hurt somebody.
Like this for
So I
entertainment.
hope I've answered your question directly, but how I felt, I've heard that from Jeffrey over and over again.
You called out a lot of challenges in this trial based
Who is that? They playing that in
on
the
the
background.
prosecution's point. Do you have any message to, the co-counsel that for now is still on trial, or what's left of this?
Oh my God, they are phenomenal lawyers, and I'm confident if you keep going, which I assume you will see some great lawyering.
So are we gonna keep watching, y'all?
And the truth is, they've been there with us for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
They're aware of what they're up against. They are totally capable of handling it, and I presume we'll step in from time to time because, in this fight in the past 2.5 years, we've been together.
Yeah.
So we needed something, they've been there to assist, and if they need something, we're happy to step right back in and assist.
Yes.
But they're great lawyers. Max Shard, Doug Weinstein, those gentlemen are in great hands. They'll be fine.
I will say this, I think it is wrong and it needs to be fixed that an innocent man is arrested on May 9th of 2022, is denied bond, and has to plead guilty and nolo to get freedom after 2.5 years in custody.
Yeah.
That should not happen. Nobody should be on trial. Jurors, think about what they're going through. Nobody should be on trial like this. And if Mr. Williams didn't have the resources,
yeah, he'd have been in
this
there.
never happens well for anybody. So I think it's an abuse to answer the AJC's question. I think it's an abuse of the statute of RICO to do this to people.
Is it fair to say you don't believe justice was served today?
I believe
He answered
Mr.
that question already. All right, y'all. He's like, justice is not served, but it's good enough because my client got to go home. He wants to go home. He's tired of sitting up in his jail on the floor. Oh, Lord have mercy. I couldn't survive in jail. I probably could survive in jail, but I don't want to find out. All right, y'all. So I taught y'all something tonight. What did I teach y'all? I told y'all about what do you call this? You get more time or up to a certain amount of time if you got counterfeit versus the real drugs. Schedule 2, Schedule 1 and 2, they kind of run about the same. 3 through 5s, you know, you don't get as much time as in 1 and 2, but you know, you still can get the pretty good amount of time. But if they counterfeit, you know, but you keep fooling around with counterfeit drugs, you're probably gonna end up there. But you're gonna probably, you know, end up there anyway. So yeah, what else, y'all? Congratulations, I guess, to Jeffrey Williams. Hallelujah to him. I would call y'all up, but you know how it is. What time is it? 10:40. I just want to get on here because it's like so much going on about this. And really, I was surprised because when I was listening to it, I was like, I understood, but I didn't understand. I was like, oh, I had to go back and read, like, okay, there's 3 drug charges, 2 GUNs, and 1 gang. What was the gang charge? What was that about? You know, do we know? Just fraternizing with our friends or his brother? Because it's like 2 of his brothers were like affiliated with gangs. Like I can't hang out with my brother just because my brother being all weird, my sister, you know, hanging out with these people. But yeah, y'all, unless y'all want me to read some more law to y'all, I really ain't planning on studying. Y'all want to come up? I'm not gonna let y'all come up, okay? But I will ask what I'm gonna say. Is there one? You can put your comments, your questions, suggestions, corrections, or complaints into the chat, guys. Drop it in the chat. I would say come and talk to me, but you know, the dragons are waiting. The dragons are waiting. It's been a long day. Did I have something else on here? I'll be saving my little tabs, but you know, then I delete them. And I don't want to read y'all no more law tonight. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, I got Tusi on here. He didn't have any Tusi. They said he had cocaine and codeine. And we also know from my previous streams, which I might put that in the description box. And I also had a short once upon a time where I may have likely been somewhere where I had access to some oxycodone 20, to some oxy 20, not to be confused with OxyContin or Percocet. Yeah, I don't think Thug had got into the Tusi yet, but if he get caught with that Tusi moving forward, he gonna have to go and do some time, I guess. What else, y'all? I think I'm gonna call it a night. I need 7 more minutes. Y'all don't have any questions? Are y'all even there? Did the trial just wear y'all out all day today? I mean, y'all not even getting active in this comment section. I would have got on here earlier, but you know, I had other stuff I had to do first. All right. If there are no more questions, no more corrections, no more complaints, I want to thank y'all for, joining me tonight. Y'all could be anywhere. Y'all could be trick-or-treating. Y'all could be doing anything. But y'all here with me, and that's awesome. And I love y'all for that. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Gotta be careful because my nail polish is chipped. Y'all don't want y'all to see that. If y'all don't have any questions about anything else drug related, I'm not your pharmacist, then Just know you already done said good night. Golly. You like, girl, go to bed. I ain't going to bed. But I'm going to get on off of here. I be wanting to Netflix and chill and teach y'all a little something here and there because y'all think we don't be doing that back there. Some of y'all know we doing the pharmacy because some of y'all work in the pharmacy. I know. Or y'all have worked in the pharmacy. Yeah. All right, we're going to call it a night. Death Note say go to bed. I appreciate y'all time. Check out my other streams, of course, guys. Check out my other streams. There are other streams about Young Thug and other drug-related topics. They're interesting. I think I could teach y'all a little bit of something. I think that it's a little bit of entertainment as well. A lot of bit of entertainment, really, for the most part, coming from me. You know, who else will be coming out here with this kind of stuff? Other than that, guys, until next time, what do I always say? Like, comment, subscribe, share these videos, share them. Also, hit the notification bell. I see. Y'all didn't think I was coming back on here. I'm going to try not to go too many days at a time without coming out here. So whenever I get a chance, I will, okay? So hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys again soon. So what do I always say? These prescriptions, they keep piling up. They keep piling up. These phones, they never stop. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, okay? What I say, okay? Good night. And bye.